Edinburgh Fringe Festival. It's set list, stand up without a net. We are here at the Pleasance Ace Dome with comedians from around the world creating stand-up comedy out of thin air, on the spot, under pressure, and without any preparation whatsoever.
We've been going for the never-before-seen set list of Paul Foot! Greetings! Well, recently, when I was having a lot of problems sexually, I went to a mortuary. Well, what it was, basically I was supposed to, the doctor said I should go to a sex therapist. I bet you know what it's like in these hospitals, you know, one wrong turn. It's like there's the red ring and the green ring and so on. Anyway, before I knew it, I was in there in the mortuary. So I just blurted out, well, I'm having sexual problems. Particularly problems with the left leg. That was my main sexual problem. I was good on the right leg, but I was having a lot of problems literally getting the leg over, as it were. They call it getting the leg over, but they call it getting the leg over, don't they? It's one of the hardest bits, actually, of the sex session in terms of balance. You know, I mean, people underestimate how difficult that is. Trying to get that left leg over, and you've got to, obviously you've got to keep one foot down for gravity. I mean, you need that, obviously. I mean, Newton's third law said for each and every reaction there's an opposite and equal reaction. So you need your foot there to keep the opposite reaction, or else you go down towards the middle of the earth. So you need that. Then you get the left leg over like that. And then, of course, you've got to move it over, of course, but in a gainly way that still, you know, retains the sort of sexual element of surprise. Well, the people in the mortuary, they said, you've got it a bit wrong there. So they said, why don't you have a go? Don't be silly. I'm not going to go and have sex with a corpse. Of course I'm not going to talk about things like that, even though that's what's up there. I mean, they can push me so far with their improvisational game, but I'm not going to talk about having sex with a corpse. I might talk about having sex with a live person within a mortuary. That's as far as I'm prepared to go for this filmed web event. As it happens, they were right, really, because I started having sex with it was a mortuary technician, and she showed me a wonderful technique, and I was really getting into it, and sort of thought, this is going well. And anyway, she died. But she was in the right place, and I think it's what a family would have wanted. Now, when one spends one's time studying insects, you're constantly chasing different insects, and you, of course, have to classify them. You think, oh, there's a spider, sort of thing. Put it in there. There's a fly, get a fly, put another one there. I'm getting them all the time, sort of thing, but beetles, you don't get them so much. So when you get a beetle, there's quite a lot of excitement it's not, you don't do it on your own, how tragic would that be? You do it in a club. There's a club of people who all sit around, all of whom have a lot of sexual problems. It's a bit like, what they do in the insect club is a bit like they have a fondue set. But instead of having a cheese fondue or a chocolate fountain, they just have a continuous flow of insects going around the fondue set, and you have a pair of pliers, and you just pull the insect, put it in, for financial reasons, you don't often come across a beetle. So, you know, it's quite rare if one does get one. If you get a beetle, you say, "Oh, got a beetle!" And everyone else round, as soon as you get a beetle, everyone else says, "Oh, you've got a beetle!" It's quite strange people, really. And you carry on until eventually you get to 100. You soon get to 100 spiders within 5 minutes, you know. You don't even have to wait for the tea break to get 100 spiders. You stop collecting them. But when you get to 100 beetles, that is the sign that it's time for the insect collecting fondue club to end. And then everyone just files out, really. Back into their sexually inadequate lives.